Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you again so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day and a wonderful weekend. Obviously looking here again once more at Solana, seeing what's going on. Based on fib levels, we're getting this natural rejection off this 0.618 fib. They're at about 129.50. We can see the price pulling back here, of course. Kind of expected this, obviously, but once again, I'm not sure how sustainable this is, this being a weekend, and obviously depending on Bitcoin and what it's doing too, because Bitcoin's coming up here to run, and obviously I just rejected off this level here about 54,800, pretty much 58.5K, which is a 0.618.65, kind of a fib level, right? Okay, so we're kind of right in between that golden pocket. It's common for price to bounce around there. We're going to probably see something similar for Solana, is basically the common ground that we're seeing here. We can also recognize as well too that we got a lot of liquidation above the price action. Let's go ahead and pull this up here so you can kind of see and get you a fresh, clean chart. Quickly, I want to say thank you again to BTCC for BTCC. Yeah, did I have enough C's in there? I think so. We also got CC for CryptoCache, so it's kind of a lot. It was the whole point of mentioning this is that they're a nice, excellent exchange. I've been working with them for a short while, and I can tell you that they got a nice bonus here, of course. Absolutely good alternative to our current community here. Community favorite is Bitunix. So again, pick and choose what works best for you, honestly. I just want you to know that there's another KYC, non-KYC, no VPN required exchange. Okay, so again, just trying to make sure we have more options for you in case that's something you benefit from. They do have really nice demo trading features too. Having said that, let's go ahead and look at liquidation for Solana. This is pretty straightforward. I just mentioned this with my community here, 136 to 140. We've got somewhere in the range of about $6 billion if you add this all up. That's a lot of liquidation. Granted, we've seen larger concentrations for Solana before, more specifically this level at about 138 that got destroyed. That was like 7 to 10 billion, but either way you look at it, we're starting to see a strong amount of resistance at 136 to 140. Keep in mind, liquidation occurs at support and resistance levels. It's not the other way around, and you just need to recognize that if the price comes up to that level, we'll probably see initial rejection, but we'll likely see a breakthrough if we have enough volume. And again, there's just a lot of reasons why that is a very standard practice in trading. So let's take a quick look here at the daily time frame, work our way down, kind of see what's going on. So on the daily time frame, we can see SMAs here. We are below all SMAs. Okay, so again, nothing is bullish at this point. Just best to get that in your head. Until we break free from this descending trend line, Bitcoin is not going to really Solana is not going to do too much. It's all based on Bitcoin. You also got to recognize too that there is a CME gap forming for Bitcoin. Okay, it's developing there between 52.8 and the current price, right? So we see that gap created over the weekend. There's a good chance we're going to see it pull back. It would make perfect sense to honor this descending trend line too. Just that natural fake out that we're seeing on the weekend with low volume, and then Monday they come in and just pretty much destroy all profits. Okay, so if you're going to trade on the weekends, the best thing to do is to kind of secure profits before the weekend's over. That's probably the best practice, especially when we have a green weekend like we're starting to see right now. Okay, back on track. Everything's fully bearish for Solana here. We're even seeing a second stochastic divergence. Money flow index is super low. It's not a lot of reasons here as to why you should take a long position. If you do, you got to watch it close and like a hawk. We've got some folks that are considering long positions in our community and or those who bought the dip around 122, so congrats on that. I would recommend, of course, securing profits whenever possible, specifically on a weekend. But the truth is, we could see that 136 to 140 range retested eventually. But we're going to expect some resistance here at this current golden pocket, that 130 range. So 130 seems like the likely resistance for the moment. We do kind of look at the point of control here locally. We see the most amount of volume at about 133. Okay, so 133 is that resistance range for us. So if you have a long open, you're going to be greedy. I would say 132 and some change would be a good solid consideration for a take profit target. It could come upwards of 140, but we're going to need to see a lot more volume, and we're going to need to wait a little while to see that. Okay, we're probably not going to see that on the weekend. It's just a very low probability. We're underneath all RSIs here that are important. Stochastic is swinging up, but it's kind of just this normal, natural kickback that you're seeing when the price action recovers like it did. We're also seeing a MACD convergence too. Try not to buy into that too much. It's somewhat of a false positive right now because of how hard the price action pulled back. It's that natural knee-jerk reaction, that contraction, so to speak, from that pullback. We look at the hourly. We can recognize too also that we are underneath the cloud. This is interesting the way it's forming. We're getting closer to a breakout potential, or more so a confirming factor for a long position. Just keep in mind, longs have been getting a lot of confirming factors and instantly getting rejected. So we got to respect the trend lines at this point. And at this current exact moment, you know, I kind of overlooked this here, but we're underneath the 20-day SMA on the 4-hour. That's right there at the golden pocket. Until we get above that, we have no real reason to want to consider taking a long position. Okay, so again, it's just kind of something you got to recognize. It's important to understand. Having said all of that, we got some good momentum. The lagging span's not quite free and clear. We're getting close. I would say if we close today at 127, let's just say 128 to be safe, then we might have a good chance to see that 130, 133 range retested. Okay, so just keep in mind that's roughly where we're at here. I'll post our playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord here soon. Oh, one last thing we want to take a quick look here at is a TPO for the day. We can recognize that 127.20 is the current point of control for the last 24-hour period, implying the bulls are in control right now. So there's a solid chance that we will see a candlestick closure at 128 or higher today. But again, anything can happen. This is a low volume weekend, folks. I would not trust too much of this here. And just the thing you want to trust is the key resistances or support levels. Okay. We have a previous resistance turn support here at about 126.60. Again, I'm rounding up a little bit, but the general consensus is that 126.50 to 127 is that support range. Okay. But we got a lot of resistance above us. That's probably more important to recognize. So secure profits wherever you can. That's really the key takeaway. I'll go ahead and post a playout chart here on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord here soon. I do appreciate you watching. Once more, make sure you take advantage of this exclusive offer from BTCC. Awesome exchange. Highly recommend using them. And otherwise, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I really appreciate your time. We'll see you the next one. Take care.